I'm gonna do Basketball Wives, season 5, episode 4. Really wasn't too much to this episode. We still dealing with Evelyn's bullshit, and now starting to be Tammy and Shawnee's bullshit. So it starts off with Evelyn still in the damn therapist's office crying and shit over Chad. The therapist asks her, like, what would you do if the media wasn't involved and everybody wasn't involved in this situation? And she said she thinks she would have gave it another try. VH1, Shawnee, whoever else have anything dealings with Basketball Wives, get some new bitches. I'm gonna say that every time that these bitches keep getting on the air and they know they have female followers and young girls looking at them, and this is what they saying that they thinking about doing. This is the shit that you guys are promoting on VH1. Regardless of her acting like, oh, it's over, that's not what I'm getting from from Evelyn. So, whatever. Tammy and Susie, they meet up for drinks because Tammy says she don't turn down no good sangria, whatever the shit is called. I don't drink, so whatever. She was talking about Susie getting back into school. They also talked about the PETA event. Susie is basically was like, nothing really happened. It was a cool event. Tammy was saying how her mom was sick. That's why she wasn't there. And I told y'all that the last video that I believe Tammy wasn't there is because her mom was sick, and that's what she explained. They also talked about Susie apologizing to Tasha, and Tammy asked her, like, what's my name brought up, stuff like that. And Susie, they went back to the clip with Susie telling her that Tammy knew about it or whatever. And Susie lied and said, no, not really, no. Bitch, that was a perfect opportunity to tell Tammy, like, what exactly you said, so when things come back, you won't get hit in the face. I'm just saying. Because we all know that you're scary as shit, Susie. Evelyn meet up with her lawyer to discuss the no contact order that she had against Chad and how it was going to be lifted because, it was that time. The time had expired and the thing was going to be lifted. They also talked about her having a prenup and how Chad didn't want to sign a prenup, but she wanted to make sure that her and her daughter was taken care of, and it wasn't about Chad's money and all this kind of stuff, yada yada yada. Now I do believe she liked him, but bitch, don't act like you wasn't with Chad because he wasn't he was broke. Because if Chad was broke, bitch, you wouldn't have been with him because, bitch, you got with him because he sent you some goddamn shoes and some flowers. I'm just saying, that's how you got with him. You got with him off of Twitter, and because he sent you some shoes and flowers, you just flew to his state and gave him some coochie. So don't act like, oh, you just fell in love with Chad, and if he was a broke dude, you would have been with him. I'm just saying. After that, Tammy meets up with her mom at the spa, and oh, that was just so hard to watch because that she passed away. So it was just like, oh. And I know it had to be hard for Tammy to watch, but then again, you see that they had a really nice moment. They talked about her mom moving out. They talked about her mom doing a family portrait with them. They talked about her mom not wanting to be in the hospice to die in. Her wanting, to spend some time with the grandkids and with Tammy, and she was happy that they were spending that time together. And it's hard when you wait all the way to the end to try to get that relationship and then they die. So I think that was a hard moment for Tammy. Tasha and Susie meet up. Susie wants to tell Tasha about the blogs that she's seen Chad and Evelyn, and she just basically want to talk to Evelyn because she don't want Evelyn to go back into that bullshit situation. And that moment, you just like, Susie, why is Susie the only one speaking common sense around this situation? She the only one is not willing to give Chad another try. She's the only one feel like Evelyn deserves better than this. She the only one. Shawnee and Evelyn meet up. I don't like Shawnee. I'm just tell y'all period point blank. If y'all like her, I don't know why, but I don't like her. She just rubs me the wrong way. But they meet up and they're talking about, Shawnee asked Evelyn about the pictures, and she gave her this bullshit ass story about how Chad was having this event, and I guess they was honoring Chad or some shit, and she went with his daughter because she was there to support his daughter. And how they were doing prayer, and I guess he grabbed her hand, and that's when the paparazzi's got the pictures. Evelyn, why you shouldn't have been there? I don't care if his daughter should have understand, like, your daddy fucked me up, I'm not going to that bullshit, your daddy gonna be there. That's what you should have said. But to be like, oh well, his daughter, that was just a bullshit ass excuse to see Chad. That's all that was. And I'm so sick of women making excuses, especially on national TV when you have female followers, to make excuses for this nigga. Like, no, he fucked you up. You lucky your pictures wasn't looking like Rihanna's, I'm just saying. He fucked you up. And for you to be like, oh, well, I went to this event for his daughters. Fuck that. Them are not your kids. When you left him, you should have tied. You didn't know them kids. Stop acting like, oh, you just so invested in these damn kids, like you helped raise them. These kids was already raised by their damn mama. And so for you to act like, oh, well, now I don't say, well, fuck the kids after y'all break up. But in that situation, there should have been time where the kids should have been saying, wait, I know my dad did wrong. She don't need to be coming around this situation. Evelyn should have said, hey, I don't need to be in that situation. Your dad did me wrong, and I know paparazzi is going to be there because that's Chad. And I'm Evelyn, so it's going to be paparazzi there. And it's going to be pictures taken. So, come on now. If you was there, you should have been on the other side of the fucking table. What else happened? Tammy and Evelyn meet up. Evelyn, I'm finna start not liking you again on this season because you messy as fuck. My thing is, if all of y'all are friends, Evelyn, you should not be going back telling Tammy what Shani said. You shouldn't go back telling Shani what Tammy said. You should be a neutral party. Every time they go back and talk to you, they tell you that they always, at least Tammy do. Every time Tammy talks to Evelyn, she tells her, I'm going to talk to her. So there's no need for you to go run back and tell Shani everything Tammy has said. And you be putting extras on shit. I don't understand that. Did I write that down? When Tammy them met up? Okay, well, anyway. When Tammy and, when they met up to talk about her, she had on a green sweatsuit, Adidas sweatsuit. I thought she looked cute. She looked real hood, but she looked really cute. I give Tammy that one because when you dress down and look casual, to me, I think she looked better like that. But them two, they talked about Shani. They talked about, Evelyn was making excuses for Shani, talking about it wasn't like that, and it maybe wasn't like that, but that's the way you guys presented it. But she was basically telling her that it wasn't like that. Shani is just like, Tammy was just like, y'all need to let people get the feel for me for themselves. If it was you, Evelyn, and somebody came, I always say, oh, she's cool. But to me, that's not what Evelyn and Shani gave that perception to Tasha. I don't think that, and I don't like the way they trying to sugarcoat it and brush that shit up under the rug like they didn't do nothing wrong. Y'all need to own up to the shit y'all did and keep it pushing. So she was just basically saying that they all need to talk, and she hope it don't go wrong. She hope don't nobody put their hands up, because everybody know how Tammy is. Don't act like you don't know how Tammy is gonna be. Evelyn is basically like, oh, well, you know, Shani's not like that, but everybody know how Tammy is. So y'all know, if y'all don't want it to go left, don't put your hands up, don't get loud, talk to her with a calm voice, because you know she's gonna get loud and ratchet, whatever. After that, Tasha and Tammy meet up. They, because Tammy wanted to make sure that Tasha don't see her in a negative light. That's what she wanted to me. She wanted to explain to her, like, she told her when they first sit down, yeah, I did my research on you. Yeah, I Googled you. But I told Susie when we got to your house, don't say anything. VH1 should have showed that part because we didn't see that part, Tammy. But she told her how she Googled her. But they had this big ass talk about Shani and Evelyn. And even the way Tasha is making it seem like, yeah, they did put them thoughts in my head about you. So they talked about that. They talked about how women don't support each other. Tammy always talking about how she supports women. She's not with all that bullshit. Tammy, stop lying. Because you got some just like the rest of these bitches that's supposed to be friends for 10 plus years. I don't get it. But yeah, so Tammy started telling Tasha, like, if anything you want to know about me, if anything you need to ask me, ask me. And to me, I'm like, Tammy, if you want to know some shit about me, ask me. If you heard I said something, ask me. Because when you go to the next person, that's when the gossip in the circle of drama just gets so much bigger. And I'm like this. Ask me. I'll tell you if I said it or if I didn't say it or if it wasn't said like that, if it wasn't meant like that. But to go to the next person and then that person come back and be like, well, you know, she asked me, I'm gonna pop off too, because I'm feel like this. We both as grown ass women, you should have came and asked me instead of the next person. Plus the next person probably messy as fuck and want to see the drama pop off. Just saying, because I think Evelyn want to see Shani and Tammy go at it. Shani and Evelyn, they meet up and they talk. I'm just keep on saying, I don't like Shani. Shani be acting like she big bad about it. Evelyn over there put extras on the story and was told her how she was gonna hit her in the face, but that's not how Tammy said that situation, and that shit pissed me off. Like I said, Evelyn want to see this shit pop off. Shani like, oh, it's not gonna be this, it's not gonna be that, and she's not gonna hit me in my face, bitch. Talking about because I'm not gonna go there. What I look like telling my kids I got in a fight? No. You're gonna get hit in the face, and you need to tell your kids why you get hit in the face, because you started a gang of damn shit, and then you act like, oh, it wasn't like that. You can't do that with everybody. Everybody wasn't raised like you. Everybody don't have that same mentality. So you start a gang of bullshit, and some consequences might come at you, Shani. I'm just saying, especially with Tammy. She thought, what she said, bring it. You don't want it to be brought. Not with Tammy. I really don't see. Now, with Evelyn and Tammy, I'd be like, okay, that might be a good scrap, whatever. But with Shani and Tammy, I don't see it. I just see Tammy whooping that ass all around New York, Miami, LA, whatever you want to call, wherever they're going to be at when they meet up. I feel like Tammy will get in that ass. Evelyn and Susie meet up. They talking about Chad, and you know, Susie's basically asking her like, you know, what's up with y'all? What's up with the pictures? Are y'all getting back together? Sorry. She's like, no, we're not getting back together. You know how it is. When you had a little moment and all this bullshit excuses Evelyn was giving, and I was sitting there like, okay, excuses, more excuses. Bitch, might as well go fuck. I'm just saying, might as well go on the back and get with Chad. Because you want to keep on having excuses. And like I said, I think she's only not being back with him because of the media and how she gonna look. Because she already saying, well, I have this domestic violence hat. I might as well wear it. Bitch, yeah. Because you the one put it out there. You the one made it a big ass story. You the one wanted it to be a big ass story on Basketball Wives. So, yeah. And if you go back to him, you're going to really look stupid. Just saying. But you go back to him without the cameras and you're going to look stupid. We find out that Susie, the reason why she had the lips and her jaw and stuff was messed up is because she was also in a domestic situation. And this is why Susie is so adamant about Evelyn not going back to Chad, because she was also in that kind of situation. And she said she kept on dealing with him until she was in the hospital. This dude didn't hit her in the face with a Mac. And I'm like, oh my God, bitch, that hurt it. I know it. I know your head was swollen. But yeah, so I felt for Susie on this one. They both sit there and they was crying and shit and whatever, yada yada yada. Because like I said, I don't think Evelyn is really getting it. The next episode, we finally get to see where if they all gonna finally sit down and talk. Shani, Evelyn, Tammy, Eric, Susie, everybody gonna talk. I just want to see the part because it looked like Tammy was finna get into Evelyn's ass, and she was all up over the damn table telling her don't put her hands up and all that, or put her hands up again, and Evelyn was just sitting there. Now when Evelyn, you was quick to throw something at Royce and shit like that, so why you ain't quick to throw it at Tammy? I'm just saying. Y'all know Tammy's about that life. Just saying. Anyway, rate, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Make sure you check out Scotty from Mr. Still Standing, Ashley Miller, 1987. We all do Basketball Wives, so check out their reviews. Talk to me and I'll talk to you back. Alright, peace. Oh, don't forget to check out my cousin Mike B801. He also do reviews, just not Basketball Wives, but he also do Marry in the Game and topic videos and Duck Dynasty and all that kind of stuff. So check him out, rate, comment, subscribe to his channel. Alright, peace.